Travis. Welcome to Travis Bricks YouTube channel. Today we're doing the long-awaited tight corner road video that I have been teasing for quite a while. I finally have located enough parts and decided to dedicate some time to finishing it, working on it, getting the other one done, and getting that all cleaned up. So, as I've said before, this idea is not mine. I borrowed this from a video saw by AFOL TV. And if I can find the video, I'll link it down below. But their corner, and as I explain later on, was not ideal for my situation, but I liked the concept of it. So I worked out a way to highly modify what they had done to fit with my situation, because I thought it looked better than dealing with the square corners, square curves, if you will, that we're stuck with using normal Lego road plates. So let's go take a look at kind of how to do this, and hopefully this will be informative for you all. And as I say a couple times, if you have any questions or want me to explain in further detail or shoot you some different pictures or whatever, make sure you're following me on Instagram. That's a great way to get me a message real quick. And you can also comment down below, and I'm happy to answer questions about this. So let's go take a look at this. Okay, so before we jump into how to do the actual turn, let's just talk about quickly why I can't use the ones that AFOL TV made. So their roads were based off of this configuration, with the road being in the center of the plate. And so therefore the turn could take all of this space as well and then continue on, because it has to it's got room to make an actual turn. My road plates that I'm using currently in the new part of the city are like this. So not only are they not in the center of the base plate to accommodate for the train track, but they are skinnier as well. So the original had this extra width onto it as well. Mine don't have the extra width to, again, accommodate more of the train track and give a little bit of space and all those things, give a little more space to everything else. So that's why I had to modify from what was originally done. And I thought it was going to be much easier than it actually was, because I thought I could just pop out or just shrink the whole thing down and call it a day and be done. And it was not quite that simple. So not only did I need to account for it coming all the way down to the point, because my turn is literally at a point rather than any sort of angle part. So this is what I came up with, and it's not perfect, but I still like this better than taking up an entire base plate to make a square corner. And so basically, and I'll kind of lay these out like this so that if you want to pause the video and zoom in, you can see. These each have two plates on the top and bottom, just to get them to align more center in the road and to get the right height. This one does not have the extra plates, but it does have this little point, and I should point this out, that this is the this is actually a slope piece, and we turn it so that the flat side is up to get you again all the way down to a point. And so when we go to stick this into the road plate bed, it goes like that. These go out here, and that all gets locked into the plate, and you'll see how that gets locked into the plate in a minute. But I want to show you the individual pieces again. If you wanted to screenshot this or zoom in or whatever, I can also provide maybe some more details. If you're interested, hit me up on the Instagram, and I will give you a little bit closer pics of these, and maybe I'll post a little bit closer pics right here in the video as well, just so that, you know, if you are wanting to do this, that you can tell. But basically, it's one normal row and then an angled row, one normal row, angled row, and so on and so forth. I did recenter these a little bit, so these are actually not in the standard just bricklaying situation. These are actually two plates, the brick and then another plate, plate. So they're just centered up just a little bit more on the whole thing. And yeah, so let's go ahead and go put them into the city, and you can kind of see how tight this is and how this all kind of works together in the actual spot with the other surrounding things. The one other thing that I will say about this too is that not only does this corner work like this, but if you had to make a like jump over, you could in theory extend this so that this was flipped around and made like a parallelogram with them, and you could jump the road over like that as well. So this opens up kind of a lot of road ideas, and in fact, at one point I was thinking about making a bridge on an angle across. Before I did my new city layout, I thought about needing to do a bridge on an angle across base plates, and I had no idea how to make it work with the base plates until I saw this, and like, oh, this is a great way if you need to angle a road across at an angle. You know, you can just turn this and continue on, or you know, make the appropriate inverse piece. You can see just either a second one of these would fit right down in there, and you could get the road to just jump over a little bit. So this really opens up a lot of different curve and movement possibilities for roads that are not available in your standard base plate situation. So just something to keep in mind, and probably works a lot better with the standard width ones. And again, if you're actually going over, you will actually probably get a more even seal because you won't have to come to a singular point, which is why I end up with this little notch out. So there's lots of things that this, there's lots of possibilities that this opens up with when you start to think about roads in this way instead of just a box like these do. Okay, so I've roughed this in a little bit. Again, this is just like all my other road plates. I did need to do a half road plate here, as you can see, just to get to the right proper depth, or distance, I should say. And I've roughed all the rest of this kind of in with whatever color plate, because again, this is going to go over this whole section, and you're not going to see any of that, which I'll do in a little bit once I get this road plate put in. Because really this is kind of the base of the whole thing, and to change anything, you have to really move a whole bunch of things to get there. But anyways, I'm going to just plop this guy in like there, and it is a little bit of a snug fit. This guy goes in there like that. I'm going to keep him off the side just a little bit. Oh, piece of dog hair. Harley's hair everywhere, I'm telling you. And then I'm actually going to kick it out to the side for a minute until I get that in there, and then this just comes over like that. And then this is the little bit tough part, because these are a tight fit. The first one goes in pretty easy, but the second one does not always go in super easy. In fact, you kind of gotta really push a little bit and wiggle it in there. But there we go. It's all in there. And in fact, that's actually tighter than my other one. I might need to look at my other one to see. I don't think I put as many supports back here to kind of hold this. These are on the angle. And then this is just going to pop in there like that to just kind of lock that all in. And I'm going to put a piece across here, so it's actually going to cut off this corner even more, but you're not going to see most of this. But there's that. It locks it all in. I'm not going to put this in yet because I got to do all the ballast work under it first, but you get the idea. There's that, and there's our new corner. It looks fantastic. So let me get some more brickwork in here on the corner, and we'll take another look at it here in a minute. Okay, so I got this all put in. To do this, you have to use a curved piece on the end, because that just barely catches on a square one. So you have to have a curved piece right there. I just kind of layer these in because there's no other. I mean, you could get a bunch of the, and I might someday, but this is just what I have. Get a bunch of the angled pieces to stick in there, but I don't know if you really notice it. Maybe you do a little bit, but it's not really super huge concern to me, to be honest. And you will notice too that I did have to ramp up one level here on the sidewalk in order to accommodate this and this. So just FYI on that. So there's that. And then you gotta stick train track in and a little bit of tight fit. Put it in one side. Kind of work the other side. Oh, piece of the ballast came off. That happens. That happens. And come on. There we go. And I'll get this stuck back in here like that. This is the one nice thing about it not snapping down super hard is that you can kind of sneak those pieces back in. So you can see I've actually got to reduce some of the ballast here, and then obviously I got to put all the ties and all that in there, which they're on order. But yeah, so that's the corner, that's the road, the long-awaited road video. Like I said, if you got questions, please let me know. Drop it in the comments or drop it in Instagram. It's the exact same handle here as it is on Instagram, and I'll be happy to message you some more photos or some more up close things or talk you through anything. And yeah, make sure that if you like this video that you like and subscribe to the channel. There's plenty more things to come, and thank you for watching.